Okay, so this is called conditional probability. So conditional means that something is relying on something, okay? So in this first example, we have a ultimate frisbee team, and then they're talking about how they could win when it's a calm day or versus when it's windy, or lose because it's calm or windy, okay? So here is my question to you. Does their winning, losing depend on the weather, or does the weather depend on their winning, losing? Which one makes more sense in life? Does the win or loss that they get depend on the weather, or does the weather depend on them winning or losing?
The first one. What? Yeah, the first one. The weather's not going to change if they lose.
Okay. The win-loss that they get depends on the weather outside.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Okay. So the win-loss depends on the weather, right? So that means we're going to start with the weather. So what is the potential weather situations? We could be calm, or we could be windy. Okay, so it says tomorrow there's a 40% chance of high winds. There's a 40% chance that it's going to be windy. What's the chance that it's going to be calm outside? 60%, right? It's either windy or calm. Okay, now when it's calm outside, we might win or lose. And if it's windy outside, we still might win or lose. Okay, so here we go. Based on the team record, it has a 60% chance of winning on a calm day. So here I am, it's calm, and I'm going to win. So that's a 60% chance of doing that. So I'm just looking at this spot. So what's the losing chance that day? 40. There's a 70% chance of winning when it's a windy day. So here's my windy stream. So there is a 70% chance to win on the windy. So then what's my chances of losing? 30, right? Bless you. Okay, so now we're going to multiply. So this first is going to be 0.6 times 0.6, which is 0.36. I think my dad is talking. He already hung up, which means he realized okay, what do we got here? 0.6, 0.4 makes a, without your calculator, you can do it. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, look at this, without our calculators, what's 4 times 7? 28, it's 0.28. And what's 3 times 4? 12. What do you think all these numbers should add up to be? 1. I don't know. Should we check? Do they? They do. Right? That should all add up to 1, right? because these are all the potential scenarios. So what's the probability of everything always happening? 100% chance, right? Okay, so now here's the question. What is the probability that they're going to win? So where are the scenarios that we ended up winning? This one, we won when it was calm outside. Or what else could we do? We could do a winning on a windy day. So the answer is, what do you want to do with those two numbers? What kind of math operation? Add them. So 0.36 chance of winning on that day plus 0.28 means the answer is 64% chance that they're going to end up winning tomorrow. Okay, on your exam, I've been really going through exams. They often say, draw a graphic organizer. That's up. Drawing the graphic organizer. Okay, so we have a survey. 91% of Canadians own a cell phone. Of these, 42% are smartphones. Determine the probability that any Canadian you meet during the month in the survey conducted would have a smartphone. Okay, so you have two things. You have owning a cell phone and you have owning a specific type of cell phone. So does owning a cell phone depend on the type of cell phone, or would the type of cell phone depend on owning a cell phone? Having a type of cell phone will depend on owning one, right? Which one depends on what? So you do the own first, and then you do the type of cell phone next. Okay, so 91% own a cell phone. So we're going to do, you either own one or you don't own one. So 91% own it, a phone. So what would I write here? 0.09, right? You either own one or don't own one. Then, what's the next option? If you own one, you either have a smartphone or not a smartphone. Is there a better word for not a smartphone?
That's a smartphone.
Still smart. It's still smart. A flip phone.
True. You didn't have a phone.
My first phone. Okay, guess what? If you don't have a phone, what are the odds that you're going to have a smartphone? 0 and 0, right? So those would just come to 0, because if you don't even have a phone, there's no way you're owning a smartphone anyway or whatever. Okay, so let's go back up to here. So if you do own a phone, there's a 42% chance that is a smartphone. So what do I put here? What did you say? 58. So, what are the odds that you're going to meet somebody and they have a smartphone? What? Yes, this would be like an older question. Okay, so I want to say, yeah. I think it'd be fine if you just answered this as a decimal or a percent. Either way, I guess we should look at what they're doing on the provincial, but okay. There's this many people in North Dakota. Approximately 78% have medical insurance. The chance of going for a major medical treatment is this if they have insurance. Okay, so here's our thing. We have medical insurance and the chances of going for a major treatment. So, what is the dependent here? Does the odd of going for a treatment depend on having the insurance? Or does the insurance depend on going for treatment?
Wait, what?
When you read all that, which one would go first? So the one that goes second depends on the first event. So does it say the treatments are dependent on the ownership of insurance, or the other way around, where does having insurance depend on going for a treatment?
The second one.
The first one.
Yes. First one? How? Oh. Okay, wait, say the first one again. If you
The
have
chance
insurance, then
the
you
chance
get
of a
it.
North Dakotan going for a major medical treatment is this if they have insurance. So they're going to go for the treatment if they have the insurance. They're going to go for the treatment if they have the insurance. So the treatment, if they're doing the treatment, depending on if they have the insurance. So the insurance goes first, and then the treatment comes second, because the treatment is depending on their insurance. Right?
Yeah. Do we have to do this all in our head before we do a question like this? Yeah, can you explain every question on the test?
Okay. Okay, so let's say, what are the chances? Okay, here we go. 78% of people have insurance. So insured versus not insured. So 78% of people have insurance, which means, you got a number for me there? 22 don't have insurance. The chance that they would go for a major medical treatment is 65% if they have insurance. So they're going to get treatment or they're not going to get treatment. It's a 65% chance that they would go for a treatment if they had the insurance. So 65 if they have the insurance. So do you see why I put it the way I did in my diagram? So then what's this opposite here? 35. Okay, then I'm going to keep reading here. They're going to go for the treatment. There's a 40% chance that they're going to go for the treatment if they don't have the insurance. So there's only a 40% chance to get the treatment if they were not insured. Okay, give me all four. So times, 0.78 and 0.65 is your first timeser. All of that should make 1, if you add that all up, by the way. That wasn't true on our last one because that 0 thing threw it off, but. So this, every single one of those added together should total up exactly 1. So what's the probability that they're going to end up with this treatment? So they're going to get the treatment. They're going to get the treatment.